And then just moving in a way that feels really good for your body. Not really paying any attention to, how you want it to feel or how it might have felt last week, last month. Each time you show up to a class, you show up with a new body. So you can start to get some circles, right? And then you can move one direction and then the next. And bring yourself back through center. And take an inhale, let your arms open up like a cactus. And then on your exhale, kind of round your back and bring your forearms towards each other. They might touch, they might not. Inhale, open. Exhale, back rounds. More breath in, lift. Exhale, round. Or inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Your next inhale, reach your arms up, kind of slice up and through. And exhale, hand center chest. Or more like that, full breath, inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And breath out. You can let your left hand come down by your side. And let your right arm reach up. And on your exhale, start to tip over. It doesn't really matter how far down you go, looking to just get nice and long for your whole side. Your gaze can be down towards the floor or up towards your hand, whatever feels best for your neck. And your right hand can come towards your knee. Left hand comes behind you. Take a breath in, sitting up tall. Then on your exhale, turn and twist. On your inhale, sitting up tall. On your exhale, just a little emphasis on the posture. And wind yourself back through center. Opposite hand down on the floor. Breath in, reaching the other arm up. And on your exhale, twist. Or not twist, sorry, lean. Let that hand come towards your knee. Other arm behind you, take a breath in, sitting up tall. And then on your exhale, turn and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you might be able to move a little deeper. And bring yourself back through center. And let your shoulders shake out. Make a little basket with your hands and place the back of your head right up against your hands. And take the back of your head, really press it into your hands while you're pressing your hands right back into your head. Then you feel your chest open up, a little bit of strength through your back of your neck. We're just spending so much time right here that it's nice to bring yourself in an opposite position. And maybe let your elbows kind of move out towards either side. And then just start to twist open towards the ceiling in one direction. And then go ahead other way. Let yourself unwind, roll your shoulders off, swing your legs around, and bring yourself into a tabletop position. In your tabletop, you'll have your shoulders, elbows, and then your wrists in line. And then your knees can stack right underneath your hips. And take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest and tailbone up. And then on your exhale, round your back and push the floor away. Your head, two more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. More inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, round. And back through center. Tuck your toes behind you. Reach back and make sure your pinky toe is tucked under. And then take a seat on your heels, toes pose. So for a lot of people right away, this pose brings up a lot of intensity. Our feet do a lot of work for us all the time, so give them a chance. And then see if you can bring some of that same grounded energy that you had in the beginning of class into some postures that bring you a little bit of tension. Another inhale. Steady exhale. So adding your arms into a breath in, lift. Exhale, release. One more inhale. And your exhale, walk your hands back out, tabletop. You might give your feet a little bit of a tap out. And then let your toes tuck behind you. And then lift your hips up and back. And it's your first downward dog. So you're to look forward at your fingertips. They're spread out really wide. And you can have a little bit of a bend in your knees. That way your hips can come and lift up high. Feeling like you have this nice straight line between the back of your head, your shoulders, and your hips. Oh, really nice. You can start to pedal out your feet. So bend one knee, straighten out the other. I'm getting into your calves a little bit. And then find some steadiness. Loosening up through your shoulders, take a breath in, slide yourself forward, high plank. And then on your exhale, hips go back, downward dog. Then just move back and forth between those two. Hanging back in your downward dog, and then walk yourself hand by hand to the back of your space. And working and heel toeing your feet so they're right underneath your hips. And then let your hands grab opposite elbow for your ragdoll. Being mindful, still pressing down through your feet. Let your elbows release. And inhale, lift yourself up flat back. Exhale, fold. Two more like that. Inhale, lift yourself up so your spine becomes neutral. Exhale, release. More inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Deep breath, inhale, let your arms stretch and reach up overhead, little bit of a back bend. And then your hands come center chest. Take a breath in, arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, release down. Deep breath, inhale, arms stretch and reach up overhead. Exhale, hands reset center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Deep breath, inhale, arms sweep and reach up overhead. Exhale, hands reset center. One more time, half salutation, breath in. Exhale. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Deep breath, inhale, arms stretch and reach up, little bit of a back bend. Exhale, hands reset center. Let your shoulders roll back. Then your hands can stay at your heart center or just fall down by your side. And you might take a moment to let your eyes close or just gaze out in front of the airy space in front of your nose. Feeling your body tall and aligned. Coming back to your breath if you feel like you've lost it. Moving in now for your sun salutation A. Take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step your feet back or walk your hands out wherever you are so you're in a high plank. Take a breath in, shift yourself forward on your tippy toes. And exhale, lower down. Your knees can always drop. And then take a breath in, chest lifts. Toes tucked behind you. Downward dog. Inhale, lift up high, tippy toes. And your knees look forward, walk, step. Make your way up front of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Deep breath, inhale, arms stretch and reach. Exhale, hands center chest. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, body lowers down. Inhale, chest sweeps up. And exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Child's pose, knees would come down, toes come to touch, hips go back. You hang there, 3 more rounds of your breath. If you're in child's pose, you start to make your way back, downward dog. And then on your next breath in, go ahead and lift your right leg. And on your exhale, your right foot can come in between your hands. And then your back knee comes down, lifting yourself up. Your hips work to kind of square off in front and then slightly tuck under and then start to shift yourself forward. So you feel some really nice relief through your hip flexor. Your hands can stay on your thighs or reach up overhead, or that posture we took in the beginning with the basket right behind you. Go ahead and back off. And then heel toe your foot out in front a little, just so then that way you can start to straighten out your front leg. And work and keep your hip right over your back knee. Really good. And then slide yourself forward. Arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands come towards the floor. Tuck your back toes and then go ahead and lift your back knee and then step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank. And then it's your choice, however you want to get into downward dog. Your hips can hinge right back. Or you can move through that action of lowering your chest down, lifting it up. And then it's a breath in and lift your left leg. Exhale, foot comes in between your hands. Your back knee drops. Set yourself up. Tall to start. Hips work, square off, tuck under, and then come forward. Arms can be where they want. Let your hands come down and frame your foot. Go ahead and start to straighten it out. You might have to creep it forward a couple paces. And slide yourself back, low lunge. Arms reach up, breath in. Exhale, hands come down, toe tucks, back knee lifts. And then make your right foot up to meet your left fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Deep breath, inhale, arms stretch and reach up overhead. Exhale, hands reset, center. Coming into a balanced pose. So you can start with your right foot down on the floor. And then just let your left knee lift up. Good. And you can stay right here. Your arms can reach out in front, maybe out to your side. And then can you take your foot, place it somewhere on the inside of your leg. So anywhere but your knee. So it can be below or up above. Good. Maybe your arms start to reach up. Gaze could go towards the ceiling. And maybe even eyes closed. And at 3, 2, and release. And then kind of shake off. Then your opposite foot comes down. The leg, knee lifts out in front. Arms can go out in front of you, and then open up. And let that foot find a spot on the inside of your leg. Really good. Working really hard on pressing your standing leg right into your foot. Really good, and you got it 4. Arms might start to reach up over your head. Got it 2. And release down. Take a breath in, arms reach up over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Heel toe your feet apart. And then take a bend down, opening up through your hips. So now moving into your hips a little bit, you can start to move side to side. You're taking some lunges one way, then the other. Eventually coming back through center. Hands can come towards inner thighs and lift your chest up. Then you can take one shoulder, dip it down. And then the opposite side. Yourself back through center. Hands come down towards the floor, hips lift up. Pivot on your toes so then your heels are out, toes are in. So your feet are kind of looking like this. Good. You're on a wide leg, forward fold. Awesome. You let your hands walk over one side and then the other. And bring yourself back through center. Heel toe your feet towards each other a little bit. So that way you can go ahead and safely with a strong back stand up. Let yourself walk towards the back of your mat. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release and walk your hands out, downward dog. And in your downward dog, go ahead and lift your right leg. And then in your exhale, right foot comes outside of your right hand. Your back knee can drop when it gets there. I'll kind of turn and face you. You can stay. And you come into a wide leg hip opener. And then with your back knee down, you can go ahead and come onto the blade edge of the foot that's out in front. And you might even use your hand to start to open up. And you might be able to drop down to your forearms. And you start to make your way back up towards your hands. Go ahead and heel toe your foot outside. Enough that you can bring it back into a tabletop. You can kind of let your hips move side to side. And then eventually your toes tuck, hips lift up, down dog. Looking forward towards your left hand and stepping your left foot outside of left hand. Really good. And when you get there, you kind of move around, find a good spot for you. Knowing that one side of your body probably feels a little bit different than the other. An option would be to use your hand, kind of guide your leg open a bit more. And bring your hand back down. Heel toeing your foot enough to the outside that you can bring back tabletop. And kind of let each leg straighten and kick out, hips move. And bring yourself center table. And your right hand can stay down on the floor, and then lift your left arm, reach up. Go ahead and thread that through. So your left hand will come right in between your body and other arm. Your head might come down towards the floor. Go ahead and you slide your hand back. Pressing into your right hand so your left arm can reach up and feel it roll out. And let that one come down. Right arm can reach up, breath in. On your exhale, lace through. Go ahead and you slide your hand down. Arm reaches up, kind of let it roll out. Let it come down. Go ahead and you take a seat over one side. And your legs extend out in front of you. Breath in, letting your arms stretch and reach. And then your exhale, just forward fold. Don't really have to pay too much attention to any positioning of your feet. And start to roll and lift yourself up. Turning kind of angle towards you. So your right leg can stay out in front. And your left can bend in. And it can stay connected to your inner thigh, or it can come up and hook over, your choice. And then from there, just forward fold again. And so some people, you might feel this through your upper back, some might feel it through their lower back or hip, hamstring, or calf. You go ahead and start to roll and lift yourself up. And then switch sides. So your other leg can extend. And when it can choose to stay right connected to your inner thigh, or it can hook over. And then from there, it's just a fold forward. And some people might feel it through their hips. Go ahead and start to roll and lift yourself up. Letting your legs extend out in front. And then making sure you have whatever you're using for your yoga strap, so a towel, blanket, whatever it is, kind of down by your side. And then you can lay all the way down. And then you can let your right foot move up towards the ceiling, and then hook your strap, blanket, towel right around it. And then your left leg, it can choose to stay bent or extend down your mat, doesn't really matter. And then really driving through your heel. So driving through your heel and letting your foot flex a lot. And then you might just start to point and flex your foot. So pointing your toe, letting your foot flex, pointing, flex. And letting it stay in a flexed position. And let both straps come into your right hand. And let your elbow come down toward the floor and let your leg just open up. Still driving through your heel, flexing your foot. Let your leg come back up through center. And take both ends of whatever you got in your left hand. Angle your toes so they're facing your right shoulder. And then just let your leg drop over just like 6-10 inches, not a whole lot. And you're looking to get into that outer hip area. And it probably feels pretty tight on a lot of people. Spending a lot of time right now in positions that, and in desk and spaces that really aren't intended to. You know, halfway through the day, you might be like half laying on your couch. Neck is all like cramped against something. Your hips are in a position they're not used to. Let your leg come back through center. And then whatever you got, unhook it from your foot, but keep your leg up in the ceiling, towards the ceiling. And the bottom leg, let that extend too. And then let both legs lower down towards the floor. And then you just take a moment and you notice the difference between sides. And I never asked you to yank, pull, stretch into oblivion anything. I see with a little flexion and some strengthening, how much length you can really create through one side. And then we go ahead and match it. You can go ahead and let your opposite foot lift up. Getting your prop over the ball of your foot. And really driving and flexing through your heel. And eventually starting to point and flex, point and flex. And letting it lay flat. Both straps or both ends of your towel can come into your left hand. And then you let your leg open up to the side. Your elbow comes down and sort of acts like a kickstand, and your leg's just kind of frozen out there in air like a karate kick or something. Bring your leg back up through center. Both ends of whatever you have into your right hand. Angle your toes towards your left shoulder. And then just let your leg drop over. Noticing one hip might feel tighter than the other. Yourself come back through center. Unhook your strap, or towel, whatever, and then nice and slowly let that leg come down towards the floor. And let both legs extend out. Take a moment, let your arms reach up over your head, feeling yourself nice and long through your fingertips all the way through your toes. And then hugging your knees in towards your chest. And then let your legs drop over to your right side, and your upper body can spin to the left. Beginning to let your breathing change up a little bit here. You might breathe in on a count of 3. And then out on a count of 5, maybe even 6. Really, any regulated breath can work and help calm down your nervous system. Breathing in for 3, out for 6. A lot of research, a lot of data around it that can help tap into your parasympathetic nervous system. And letting that system of flight, fight, freeze kind of pause for a moment. We have in 3, out 6. And using your core strength, you let your legs lift up. And then just let them drop over to the other side. I think it's your left side, and then your upper body can spin to your right. Breath in for 3. Out for double the length. And guide, and you hug your knees in towards your chest. And let yourself rock and roll a little bit. And then let both feet plant down on the floor. And with both feet planted down on the floor, start to let your hips lift up towards the ceiling. Just a little bit of a gentle inversion. You might even use your hands as a little bit of a support. And take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, let your hips drop. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Grab either back behind your knees, ankles, or the bottoms of your feet for your version of a happy baby. Kind of rock back and forth, side to side. And bringing the bottoms of your feet together and letting your knees drop out wide. You can rest your hands on your inner thigh, maybe one hand on your heart, the other on your upper abdomen. And then you take a deep inhale. And steady exhales. Let your hands come right outside your legs, bring your legs in towards each other. And then finding yourself in a position that you want to take your Shavasana. So you might choose to stay in that one. You can let your legs out long. If you have that blanket or towel you were using, maybe you let it wrap over your legs or chest. And you let your eyes find a steady gaze. Maybe even let them close. On your whole back body to feel nice and supported. Letting tension release out of your shoulders, your facial features, and even down through your hips. And bringing the awareness to your front body and feeling that melt right in to your back. And you can think of your Shavasana really as some evidence. You might have some of the tools within you, some good movement, focused breathing. And allow yourself to feel really steady. You might not have everything you need, but you can take some of those tools with you along the way. And letting your Shavasana being that evidence. So you take a few more moments to yourself. And you just welcome in the stillness. Shavasana. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Eventually beginning to picture the space around you. Beginning to find some gentle movement. Eventually guiding your knees in towards your chest and then rolling over to your favorite side in like a sleeping style position. Again, a moment thanking yourself for showing up and carving out some time in the beginning of your day, knowing that it can have a really nice impact through the rest of it. And acknowledging those in the space around you that have chosen to do the same. And think of it all like a ripple effect. All the positivity that you've been able to cultivate through this class, how it'll impact your family, the people around you that you're working with, and all those others. You can use your hands and press yourself up into a seated position. And you can let your hands come together and your thumbs rest right against your heart center. Take a deep inhale and a steady exhale. And all of the light, love, and strength within me bows and honors the light, love, and strength within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thanks, Diane.